Hey, Alexis Love Beauties and Flawless Men. Have you ever thought about being a content creator, or are you already a content creator? Well, I just want to give you some personal tips that I do behind the scenes before we even get on camera. Now, sometimes the lighting may be different for content creators. You may be outside, you may be in a darker area, maybe you just like me right now, the ring light, broke it on accident. So it's sitting up behind something. So when you move, it's going to get darker, it's going to get lighter. That is the least of our worries, right? What the background look like. Our main concern is what we look like on this camera. Me, I be up close in person, you know what I'm saying? Different stuff like that. Different people, we all have our different ways how we want to be on the camera. But here is some tips in general, content creators or people just want to get on camera that I think will help. Not trying to be funny in this video. I'm just saying some real stuff that I feel like could help someone else. Before you get on camera, make sure that you brush your teeth and wash your face. Period. When we talk, I don't know about everybody but me, the first thing I see is the mouth, because it's moving. So the first thing I see is the mouth. Then the next thing I see is the face. Don't nobody care about no clothes. We ain't set up on materialistic stuff up over here because we covered in the blood of Jesus. We're trying to get the wisdom. So, the attire and if it's name brand or all that be the least of our worries. But, the aesthetic, like the hygiene be like, okay, because sometimes it could be unattractive. It can actually throw you off of a message. And I know we don't supposed to be looking at certain stuff like that, but like I said, again, it could possibly throw you off. Listen, I just played one of the videos back. I had lip gloss all on my tooth. That's all right. Things like that happen, but for the most part, you want to make sure that you brush your teeth before you get on camera. I don't think it's fair to the consumer for us to eat a full course meal and then get on camera. It's stuff all in the tooth, different things like that. So before you get on camera, just make sure that you brush your teeth. That goes for a picture, anything. At least use mouthwash or castor oil real quick. Just make sure that the oral hygiene is clean before you start talking and doing things on camera. Wash your face. Be sure to wash your face. Again, it's just like you don't want to have dry skin or different things like that. You just want to look appealing. And it's not that you're doing that for nobody. You're doing it for you. We go up on the camera and we be talking for a minute. I done seen it, in the lip gloss business. I done put on lip gloss of my own that I was experimenting. Lip gloss for somebody else. So paid the video back and was like, dang, I had some residue right there. They had a little lip gloss on my tooth. Stuff like that is fine and dandy. But if it comes down to that, I'm teaching myself this as well. Even when we're doing a video, if you notice something, it's just quick to pause. Y'all know how the video skip a little bit? We're going to pause that thing. Pause it if you need to. That way you can get what you need. If you need to drink some water, drink some water. That brings me to the third step. Have something to drink on deck. Now, a lot of the times we don't really like to drink on camera because, again, that can throw off the message. Different people might be sidetracked by different things. So that's why it's important to, have hygiene and different things like that in line. That way you don't throw nobody off from the message. We human. I'm going to laugh. We're going to skip a word. We're going to mispronounce something. You can watch 1,000 videos and probably see me saying, what that word mean? This how you spell it. It's CRAT. And it is what it is. Because we learning over here, honey. There ain't no shame and it ain't no pride. But the whole thing is, we don't want to throw nobody off of the message because of something distracting. So we do not want to be distracting. We want to make sure that we have the audience undivided attention and that they're able to pay attention to us and have our undivided attention. Man, this one big right here. I don't know why. This just came natural to me when I was like, we about to do this, Lord. This is what we doing. Okay. Clean your nose. Again, you may be like far back. I know it just might look like it's dark or something like that. But this what I like to do. Because you just never know, right? A little mirror and stuff like that, and we just want to make sure that it's nothing in there, because if it's something in there, by the time you do the video, I mean, different strokes for different folks. But some people might, sometimes we just feel real. Let me speak on my own behalf. Sometimes I feel really, really confident to where I'm like, I'm about to upload it, drop the description, and we good. Let's go ahead and short it out. Let's go ahead and promote and put it out, right? But you want to make sure that doing that, everything looks good. So you want to make sure that you don't have, again, if you need to pause the video. Maybe an eyelash falling off. One time I had a necklace falling off. It is what it is. But, well, I wasn't stopping that video for that one, honey, because we had to get the word of God out. That was on period. Now, I knew the necklace was broke, and when it slid on off, I said, we're going to keep on going. We're going to fight for the life that we desire. We ain't stopping this video. Just some things as far as like hygiene and stuff. Again, we ain't talking about materialistic stuff. We're talking about, like wigs and stuff be falling off. We ain't talking about stuff like that. We're talking about hygiene and stuff. And again, too, even if you're wearing a wig, make sure the wig is secure. Make sure the hat is secure. Make sure different things is secure. That way we don't throw people off from the message in general. That's the whole purpose of this video, to make sure that we're not throwing nobody off. Now, people gonna take it how they want to anyway. Just still, I feel like being cleanly, then we don't have to worry about, anything extra. The nose is the most important. Like, you may be somebody that like to be up in the camera. You may be somebody that like to be back in the camera, but still, it's still visible because you can still see it. So just do a little nose check, just side to side, blow if you have to, and just make sure that the nose is clean. That way, again, we're not distracting nobody. We're not distracting ourselves. We ain't got to delete the video, nothing like that. We just keep moving forward. Make sure your hands is clean. Fingers, hands is clean. You might be showing something, demonstrating something. You want to make sure that your fingers is always clean. I mean, this is behind the scenes too, but on camera as well. You're delivering food, you're showing something with food and different things like that. I'm not trying to be rude or nothing like that, but last night I was just scrolling. I'm be real, y'all, scrolling on YouTube, and I seen something that threw me off. Like, I wanted to go and get the wisdom, but it threw me off because the nails were not clean at all. They were not clean, and Lord forgive me for this, because I'm not trying to talk about nobody like that, because I'm not like that. Just for the purpose of this video, that was an example of something that threw me off. I was going and I was looking for wisdom. I was seeking wisdom last night, and I seen something with the hands. This person was demonstrating something with the hands, and I couldn't even really pay attention because it just threw, the fingernails threw me off, and I was like, it just made me think something else, like, okay, maybe they're not. And listen, everybody's level of clean, you'll go through here, you'll watch how we deep clean, you'll watch these different things that we do on this channel. Every human is different. Everybody's gonna feel different in their level of cleanliness. So my clean is not somebody else's clean, and somebody else's clean is not my clean. But we all know what makes us uncomfortable. That's just the whole point of that. Again, not trying to talk about nobody, nothing like that. I'm not the type of person. But just saying, that threw me off last night, because that's something that I look for. Like, okay, hygiene. I would like to have good hygiene. I would like for other people to have. Now, I can't do nothing about somebody else's hygiene, but it threw me off. I was seeking wisdom, and I was like, okay. And then the person was making something, and I was just like, okay, our fingernails, want to make sure our nails is clean. Just in general, you might do a hand movement. Like I said, you might be showing something. You just want to make sure you hit. Again, just because I seen that too, that don't mean that person wasn't clean or, didn't take care of their hygiene before they got on camera. But again, something like that, I was distracted. I don't want to distract nobody. I don't want nobody to be distracted watching my videos. I don't want to be distracted watching someone else's videos. Write the vision and make it plain. For me, and that's another thing too. We human. You might burp, you might cough, you may not have time to even pause the video. Manners. Excuse me, my throat is a little scratchy. My bad, y'all. I need something to drink just to we're building a relationship. Somebody watching somebody else's content is building a relationship with that person. I be seeing people that just be they just be doing stuff on camera, and it just be so like, that is not, we human, so you can't say somebody burping is nasty. It's just the manners that make everything balance out. That's why we were taught manners. That way it doesn't look nasty. It's not nasty because we think it's nasty because it's coming from somebody else. It's all about the way that you carry yourself. If you pass gas, you're a human. I'm hoping that we do pass gas, because gas is not supposed to sit in our bodies. It's just the way how you go about things that balance it out and make it not nasty. Like, excuse me, my bad. You know, covering up stuff like, hold on, my bad. We ain't had time to even pause the video. So it's all about the delivery. It's all about the delivery. We human. I know people sometimes be watching stuff and be like, oh my God, like, why she say that? Or she stuttered, or he this, or he that. We don't care nothing about that. We all human at the end of the day. We is not no robots. But it's just about the delivery. Like, excuse me, my bad, y'all. I'm about to get something to drink. That's if you don't want to pause the video, or you see something like, oh snap, I got something. Okay, you know what I'm saying? We human. You might get a little itch or something like that. You might be having to fix your wig, snap back. You know what I'm saying? A little thing or something like that. We can do whatever we want to do on our platforms, but still, we just want to make sure our overall hygiene is not distracting. Writing down the vision and making it plain, that way you can know what's going on. I know other people may set up their, you know, they do content these days, that days. If you somebody like me and you be hitting them back to back in the day, you know, however you have that set up, you want to do 3 a day or 3 this and this and that, have it written up. That way you can know what's going on. Some people do, like I said, some people different. You might do a video a week or something like that. Just still write it out. Write the vision and make it plain. That way you will know what you're speaking about. Again, that helps you to stay on topic. Say you're talking, you might have like throw a little example while we human, right? So you done got a little off topic because you wanted to give the example as well. That was going to help the topic of the conversation. So now you like, in your head, you on camera though, but in your head you like, dang, I forgot where we was at with that. So you kind of push the example a little bit more. That's okay. You have what you need right here. You done writ the vision and made it plain. So y'all know, we sit here and yep. So write the vision, make it plain, and conclusion to this video. That was an example. Say we sit here and we talking about this. Again, make sure that you do not have things that distract the audience. And okay, let me give y'all an example real quick. So last night I was watching something, and girl, did I tell you that we just did this new video with the Flexagel ME? Be sure to check out that video. Also the other video, we just did some reviews of the TKB Trading lip cream. And so you want to make sure that you write the vision and make it plain. That way you have everything in order and you can stay on track. Y'all see how I flipped that? No matter, we are humans. We might get slightly sidetracked. It's always going to be easier to have that written down. That way, just as well as you giving an example about something, it's a quick one too. Write the vision, make it plain. You can tell people, like, I be telling people be telling people like I got my notebook. That way it ain't just like, bro, how she over there? And she, you know what I'm saying? She making a whole video and she be looking to the left the whole video like, no interaction, no nothing, you know. So it's cool to say, yo, I got my notebook today, you know what I'm saying? We got our notes, we about to be reading, so we about to be looking around the room and stuff like that. We got our prompts, we about to be picking stuff up, probably dropping stuff. All that is fine and dandy. Just, I feel like it's easier if you do get sidetracked. That goes for whole content as well. You know, the content about to be an hour, I'm writing side notes and everything. That way you can just stay on track. Writing a vision and making it plain before the video helps you stay on track. Even if you get sidetracked, it can bring you right back like, okay, write the vision, make it plain. And then something that I'll be struggling with, again, you be like, I'm good, we about to upload this, run it back. As a content creator, you always want to run it back. You get the first opinion. We don't really care about anyone else's opinion because we're trying to deliver something for help or just for content in general, but you always want to run it back. You learn from yourself. You learn from yourself. So going back and watching things will actually help you. Man, when you get behind the camera, you'll say some stuff. You'll be like, bro, Nah, that wasn't me. Well, first of all, it really wasn't me. It was God. But I'm just like, that came out of my mouth. You be like, okay, you can teach yourself. Running it back, you teach yourself. Now, if you want to look at that from a business perspective, also you running that video back, you'll be the first one to get the view. So you're also helping your algorithm as well. But if you're looking to make sure the aesthetic is good, you wanted to hear the message, run that back, that video was fire. I'm about to make sure, like, I think I can learn something from that, then run it back. If you're looking at that from a, excuse me, my bad. If you're looking at that, wasn't no example. Excuse me. If you're looking at that from a business perspective, like algorithm and things like that, then you want to go back and watch the video. You want to leave a like, listen, comment on your own video. We'll get into algorithm on another day, but always make sure you run the video back. You can teach yourself. It's always good to see yourself. It's always good to hear yourself. And then always read back under your description. You know what I'm saying? Spell check. We can get the Grammarly app. Love the Grammarly app because they're going to catch any type of error that you make. Again, we human. We be making errors and stuff. But again, me personally being a lip gloss professional, I like to go back and make sure that it's professional and it makes sense. That way somebody else can read it. Another thing is there's two different types of people. I feel like there is people that visually they'll get the messages watching the video, and there's people that love to read. Always make sure as a content creator you leave something down in the description, or you leave and you pin something in the comments. That's another form of interaction. Maybe you talk for 2 hours and they was like, okay, I got it, but not really. Maybe somebody is seeking something like, well, you know what, you can sum up the video in the description if you want to. I love to do that just because I love to talk. But again, I do it because I feel like it's two different types of learner. Somebody that's going to get it from me speaking, and then somebody that's going to get it from me reading. I'm that type of person. I get it from you speaking, and I might want to come back in and, you know, take some notes and stuff like that. So you done summed it up in the description. In conclusion, as a content creator, we want to